Hello, Janet Wilson here, founder of Dernier Publishing and the Write for a Reason course. And welcome to the Write for a Reason website. I'm delighted you found us. If you are a Christian and unpublished author and write for children aged 8 and above, perhaps up to around the age of 14, 15, this is exactly the right place for you. Here you can do three things, but before I tell you about what you can do on the website, let me tell you a story, because Write for a Reason is all about stories. Jesus told a story about a man who was given a gift and buried it in the ground. Well, now I'm going to tell you a story about three writers who'd been given a gift. The first one made up lots of stories in his head, but he couldn't actually quite get around to writing them down, so he buried his talent and left it there. The second author actually got round to doing some good writing. He spent time on his computer and wrote some good stories, but halfway through he found it a bit difficult and gave up. And then he kind of flickered around it a little bit and managed to send something off to publishers, but when it was rejected, he gave up altogether and buried his talent. The third author wrote a story and got ridiculously fed up with it. He just couldn't see where it was going, so he got some help. He found some encouragement and some tuition, and he got back up on his story and he finished it, and the story touched people's lives. Which of those writers best describes you? If you're in the last category and you're looking for somebody to encourage you and help you, that is what Write for a Reason is all about. I started up this course because as a publisher of children's fiction, I found that I was getting the same mistakes in manuscripts over and over again that had been submitted to me. And I thought, well, maybe I could actually help some people to discover how to create engaging characters, to use dialogue to move the story along, how to plot and plan, and to bring in conflicts and resolutions to the conflicts along in the story, to have good beginnings and good endings and lots more other little tips along the way. So here it is, Write for a Reason, and here you can do three things that I promised that I would tell you about. The first one is absolutely free. You can join up to subscribe to free posts, and I put writing tips up on the website every week, or most weeks anyway. You can have a look at those by clicking over on blog posts, and you can also sign up for the Write for a Reason course. This is a more detailed course where we go into some of the things that I've previously mentioned to help you to do your manuscript really well. There's also assignments, so you have to work really hard in that. You send them off to me and I return them to you with comments. The final thing that you can do is join our monthly subscription. For a very small fee, we go into one aspect of writing, creative writing, every week. It is particularly for Christians, but if you're not a Christian, you might enjoy quite a lot of the content as well. So there we have it, Write for a Reason. And if you're thinking, I'm not sure if I could do that, you know what? If you have a gift, don't bury it.